I remember growing up, there used to be this classic scene in like every movie where you'd have this grown man walking down his driveway in a bathrobe with a cup of joe in his hand and pick up the newspaper to start his morning. Yeah, now that I'm 30, I do something similar, but instead of going and getting the newspaper, I have Matt send me some wacky stuff, and today he blessed me with a pretty pitiful meltdown from this guy who lost his gourd over a girl he was talking to through a dating app, not having any interest in him anymore. And I'll go over that in a second, but it led to a Jimmy Neutron brain blast where I remembered one from a couple years ago where this dude just wouldn't take no for an answer in a garage, and it is so pathetic. So I'm just going to go over both of them. So the text messages start with him asking, "Are we still on tomorrow? Just wondering as I can make other plans." That already doesn't exude a lot of confidence here. I'm guessing he was not receiving answers in a timely enough fashion, so he started to pick up on the hunch that maybe she wasn't as interested as she once was. And then she confirms his suspicion, saying, "I'm so sorry. Read your message when I was busy, forgot to reply. Sorry, I found a connection with someone else, so I'm just gonna see how that goes. Probably not a good idea to meet tomorrow. Sorry, did enjoy talking to you, and I hope your family get-together was fun." He was playing second fiddle, and she wasn't looking for more members of the band, so she just kind of let him down gently, I think. Better than being ghosted, I'd say. She just kind of gave him the business. But he was not ready for that business. He was hoping business operation hours were closed. He completely loses his mind. "Haha, my total lack of surprise. Good luck." Crying emojis, laughing, but he's actually just crying. You can actually feel the salty tears through the phone screen. "You know what? Fuck you, scummy." He is very hurt, very much so. "Scummy little fuck, talking to numerous guys on dating apps, lining them up, taking or faking connections with people, setting up dates and ruining people's weekends. I got your name and I got your details, and you'll see something later, twat. Little shit bag. Fuck off, worthless trash." So now he's going into like threats. "I got your name and I got your details." So I guess he was gonna fucking show up there like the Undertaker or something. I don't like. It's a dating app, man. Like she's not your girlfriend. You haven't even met yet. So yeah, she's probably talking to other people on there. The same way I bet you would be if you had more than one match over the course of 2 years. That's not some surprising revelation like, "Oh my god, you whore, you're talking to multiple men on Tinder? How could you? You're supposed to be mine and mine alone. We matched, for God's sake. Oh my goodness, for crying out loud. We were a perfect match. Tinder said so. We had plans." Like, brother, yeah, it's unlucky that she found someone that she was more interested in, but at the very least, she didn't ghost you, so you know exactly where you stand. Just move the fuck on. She responds saying, "There's no need to be rude, I'm sorry. I was talking to you and someone else, and the other guy just lives closer, so it's more convenient too. Don't appreciate the threat. I've tried to keep it respectful, but yikes. Good luck to you." That once again sets the bomb off, so he just starts spamming fuck off, and then he calls her fat. This is like the actual classic nice guy meltdown, by the way. This is like the quintessential Tinder nice guy weirdo when he gets rejected. "You're fat fuck anyway. When that guy's done with you, you'll wish you had a chance with someone like me." Oh, ew, oh. People like this exist, by the way. Isn't that crazy? I was giving you a chance. Yeah, you missed out on a real saint here, lady. You missed out on Casanova. You fucked it, kid. Bye. He thought he was on Xbox Live for a moment. I think he just kind of got lost in the sauce with that last little bit. But he wasn't done here. His rage couldn't be contained on just a single app, so then he started directly texting her with, once again, another threat. "I want to have a word with you about your behavior on dating apps, and if it's not possible through phone, it will be in person. I want to talk to your manager. I need to report your Tinder dating behavior. You talked to multiple men on a dating app. That's a big no-no. You're going straight to the slammer for that one, missy." Goober thought they were dating just because they matched on Tinder. He probably told his whole family that he had a girlfriend just because they had a match in like 2 conversations through Tinder. It's scary though. Like, that is actually frightening. All she did was just very gently tell him, "Hey, look, found someone else. Not going to be going to the weekend plans that we had scheduled. Sorry." And now he's about to like show up to her house to have a word with her about it in person, which is of course always a recipe for disaster. So hopefully she has the means of defending herself should this guy actually show up. But anyway, after reading this, it reminded me of a video from a couple years back where a guy could not take no for an answer. Like, I don't really know what connects these two other than rejection. I don't know why this popped into my noodle after reading this, but I'm glad it did because I hadn't revisited this video in a long time.
Gotcha.
This is just golden. What a beautiful start. So the dude's leaning on the driver's side window, hitting her with the puppy dog eyes. How can you say no to a face like that? Then he starts like moving back and forth, and he starts to pout a little bit. It looks like a kid who got sent to timeout. So he's outside the driver window. He's just, I don't really know what his plan is. He's just hoping maybe she'll change her mind. So the backstory is they had met at a bar. He was kind of normal then and then started getting a little rowdy and was touching them, and really, he just really wanted to fuck. And they were not about that. So they left and he followed them to the garage, and now this is his last-ditch Hail Mary to get some pussy, I guess. Leaning on the driver window doing this.
You guys are still parked right next to the,
Brother, at least start mewing or something. Like, come on. Spam some Fortnite emotes. Do something. He's just sitting there idle animations. Like, come on. This is never going to work. This never stood a chance. So, they actually ended up confronting him, and that conversation is something to behold.
No, I believe you 100%, but...
Well, what's wrong with going home? If the Uber takes you home, you're safe.
I had a bad, it's embarrassing. Like, I had a bad argument with my girlfriend.
A what?
A bad argument with my girlfriend.
Okay, well, we called
Like,
you.
I don't want to, like, go home to her because she's going to be...
Oh, you guys live together?
Yeah. Like,
Well, then you can stay out for a minute.
There's a lot of lore here, so try to keep up, Buster. We're getting an exposition dump right off rip. So, he's obviously hammered. He's had a little bit of alcohol. And he is now saying that he has a girlfriend, and I also love the way the lady filming responds to that, saying, "A what? A girlfriend?" Like, just complete shock with the way he's behaving here, while also apparently having a significant other. I have a game theory. He doesn't have a girlfriend. I think he was trying to make himself seem like a bad boy, and somehow more desirable, like, hey, look, I have a girlfriend. Women like me. Will you like me?
she's going to, like, try to, like, fuck me up. You know?
Okay, then you don't need to go home.
Like,
Back in jail?
Yeah. Like,
So you were in jail. And we're supposed to trust you immediately.
No, but, like, she's, like, put me in jail, you know?
Okay, I don't get what that means.
She put me in
Your
jail.
Uber, Jorge, is going to be picking you up. You
No,
should
can I
go
tell you
up.
something?
Sure.
She put me in jail for like 2 days.
For what?
Okay, what'd you do?
It was domestic abuse.
So you hit her.
He's got the silver tongue. He knows just what to say to tickle a woman's heart, huh? Man, I don't know how they stood strong in rejecting this man's advances to go home with them. He's just openly telling them that he's been to jail for domestic abuse. That's a big play. That's a very bold strategy. I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out for him. Spoiler alert, it doesn't go over really well. Women that you're trying to woo don't usually like to hear that you have a history of domestic abuse.
No.
So what'd you do?
She had bruises on her from sex.
So you hit her. From
No,
what?
From sex.
Oh my god.
It was from sex.
Oh my-
I never hit her. I never closed it. I never
Okay.
hit her with a closed hand. It was never
Your
close hand.
Uber, Jorge, we called you.
He briefly dropped the Tommy Wiseau right there. I didn't hit her. I did not. So he's saying that when he went to jail for domestic abuse, it's not because he hit her with a closed hand. He makes sure to make a specific mention of a closed hand. He says she had bruises on her from sex. I don't know, man. The story's not making a ton of sense. Something's not checking out here.
Is gonna be here in 5 minutes. You should head
No, but
up.
I'm saying, like, I never hit her with a closed hand.
Okay.
It was closed.
With a closed hand. So with an open hand?
But I never.
Oh my god. Okay. Like I said, it was really nice meeting you, we called you an Uber. We're not forcing you to get home drunk. Like, literally, you should head up before, like, I'm gonna have to call the cops.
I'm super surprised they engaged with this conversation for as long as they did, and they were even nice enough to call this guy an Uber. Like, that I am shocked by, like, actually. So they call him an Uber and everything, and he still is just not taking no for an answer. He is still preventing them from leaving and trying to, I don't know, salvage this situation so he can get laid or something. Like, I don't know what his plan is. Like, he's talked about going to jail for domestic abuse and how he didn't beat his girl with a closed hand. So then they said, well, so you hit her with an open hand? He's like, but it was never a closed hand. Like, I don't know what playbook he's running in his head here, but it is not John Madden's finest plays that he's executing. I can say that much with confidence.
Because now it's like harassment. We called you an Uber. I appreciate the drinks. You should head up.
Where should I go?
You should head up and find, like, Punch Bowl Social. They're in a red Ford Fusion. Go to them. Don't look at her. Like, what is she gonna do? I'm telling you no. This is my car. No, you okay, I don't know you. I don't care. It's been like 20 minutes at this point. We called you an Uber. Please leave.
Here, probably.
They're almost here. Go find Jorge. Literally.
Now he's moping and he's like, but pussy though? But what about the vagina? I love how he's just like, well, where do I go though? If I can't go home with you, there's nowhere left for me. The streets? You're gonna make me go sleep on the streets? Is that what you want? That's gonna be on your conscience. It's like, brother, just they called you an Uber, man. They did so much more than they needed to for a fucking creep weirdo like you, man. Just get in the Uber and go the fuck home. Call it a wrap.
But I'm not
I don't care. I'm gonna get in the car. Please leave. Leave. Now.
Can I ask you something?
I don't care. Leave.
I'm not
I don't give a fuck. It's gonna escalate. Leave. Leave right now.
I can get in a lot.
I'm getting in the car. I don't give a fuck.
He continues to choose the worst dialogue options, and she just gets so fed up. She just gets in the car, her friend gets in the car, and presumably they leave somehow. He probably stops blocking her at some point. She just keeps telling him, you're making it worse. Get the fuck away. And it eventually leads to them being able to get out of there. Anyway, though, just wanted to talk about these two things real quick. That's about it. See ya.